All right, let's just jump right into this explainer. Today, we're totally changing how you look at the stock market. Forget the whole unpredictable casino idea. Instead, I want you to imagine the market as a massive, well-organized mechanics workshop. Because look, it starts with this one question that honestly plagues almost everyone when they start out. Why do some people become insanely rich in the stock market while others just stay completely stuck, even after investing their hard-earned money for years? It's literally the most frustrating thing ever to watch your portfolio flatline while everyone else seems to be thriving. But here's the harsh truth. Blindly chasing random tickers you saw trending online? Yeah, that's a guaranteed recipe for disaster. So, what's the fix? Well, the secret isn't just investing. It's choosing the right type of stock. Think back to that mechanics workshop for a second. You wouldn't grab a giant sledgehammer to tighten a tiny little screw, right? In the market, every single stock type is basically a specific tool designed for a very specific financial job. So here's our roadmap for today. We're going to look at 1. Growth stocks, 2. Value stocks, 3. Dividend stocks, 4. Comparing how they all stack up, and finally 5. Building your actual strategy. By the end of this explainer, you're going to know exactly where to invest based on your own personal goals. Okay, let's get into section 1, growth stocks, focusing on fast wealth creation. So, what exactly are they? Well, growth stocks belong to companies that are expected to grow way faster than the overall market. Instead of handing out profits to their shareholders, they take all that money and reinvest it straight back into expansion. It's kind of like a super aggressive tech startup, right? They're expanding wildly, taking over new markets, and pumping every single penny back into the business so they can get bigger and bigger, instead of just handing you a slice of today's profits. Now, obviously, there are some major trade-offs involved here. On the plus side, you get insanely high revenue and profit growth potential. That's the exciting part. Aggressive investors buy these because they're hoping the stock price absolutely rockets upward. But on the flip side, you get little to no dividends. Plus, you're paying a higher valuation up front. They usually look pretty expensive compared to what the company is actually earning right now. And the really big catch? High volatility. These stocks are incredibly sensitive to market sentiment. If they miss their massive growth expectations, they can drop fast. So you're basically accepting a super bumpy, volatile ride for the chance of those explosive future returns. All right, moving on to section 2. This is for all you bargain hunters out there. Value stocks. Looking at undervalued opportunities. Okay, so value stocks are companies that are currently undervalued compared to their true intrinsic worth. A lot of times, the broader market completely overlooks them because of, temporary issues, a bad news cycle, or just generally negative sentiment. We're usually talking about really stable, mature businesses that have strong fundamentals and low price-to-earnings ratios. Think of them as sitting on the clearance rack, just waiting for the rest of the market to wake up and realize what they're actually worth. To really wrap your head around this, imagine you find this premium, high-end jacket that is absolutely worth 1,000 rupees. But maybe because of a temporary panic or somebody just messed up the tag, the store has it marked down to exactly 600 rupees. That right there is the whole essence of value investing. It's that classic buy low, sell high, smart investor mindset. You're scooping up a totally solid asset at a steep but temporary discount. But, just like any tool, there are risks. Value investing requires so much patience. Why? Because of something called the value trap. A stock can sit there completely undervalued for a really long time before the market finally catches on and corrects the price. So you might literally be waiting a while. And you also have to accept slower overall growth compared to those high-flying growth stocks we just talked about. Let's bring in our final wealth guide for section 3. This is for those of you who want your portfolio to actively pay you. Dividend stocks, focusing on steady income. So dividend stocks are these large, established companies that regularly take a portion of their profits and distribute them directly to you, the shareholder, as dividends. To translate that abstract idea into something a bit more relatable, it is exactly like owning a piece of real estate and collecting consistent, reliable rent from your tenants, but without ever having to go fix a leaky faucet or deal with actual maintenance. This is exactly why income-focused investors, and retirees for sure, absolutely love this category. You're getting regular passive income, stable and predictable earnings, and a really fantastic cushion of downside protection when the market gets volatile. Plus, here's the best part. If you don't need that cash right away, you can just reinvest those dividends to buy even more shares, triggering some massive compound growth over time. The trade-off, though, is that you're getting much more limited high-growth potential, and there's always a slight risk that a company might cut its dividends during a severe economic downturn. Okay, Section 4, comparing the options. Let's see which tool is actually right for your specific job. Seeing all three of these side by side makes it so much clearer, doesn't it? Look at the focus here. If your focus is future growth and you're totally willing to take on high risk for the chance of massive capital gains, growth stocks are your tool. If you're a smart long-term buyer looking for an undervalued bargain with medium risk, value stocks are your play. And if your main goal is just getting regular income with lower risk, then dividend stocks are going to be your ideal fit.
Now for Section 5, building your strategy and combining these tools for maximum impact.
All right, if you take away just one thing from today's explainer, make it this. There is absolutely no single best type of stock. Period. Trying to find that one magical, undefeated category that works all the time, that is entirely the wrong approach. The market changes constantly, and if you only rely on just one type of stock, you are leaving your portfolio incredibly vulnerable. So how do we actually build a balanced portfolio? Well, it's a pretty logical flow. First, you have to define your own financial goal. Are you after a fast wealth, hidden value, or steady income? Second, you select the corresponding stock type to act as your foundation. But third, and honestly this is the most important part, you combine all three to balance your risk and return strategically. A really smart investor uses a mix, right? They use growth to build wealth, value to capitalize on the market's mistakes, and dividends to provide a steady anchor of cash flow. Doing it this way means you can successfully navigate totally different market conditions. Which brings us to this incredibly powerful final thought. Rich investors don't chase stocks, they build strategies. That is what I want you to remember. It's time to shift your mindset. Stop being that confused beginner desperately hunting for the next hot ticker on social media and become a strategic builder who assembles a robust, all-weather portfolio using the exact right tools for the right jobs. And now that you know exactly what tools are sitting in the workshop, it is time to put them to work. But you gotta ask yourself, is your current portfolio just a random pile of parts, or is it a fine-tuned machine? Next time on our Explainer series, we are gonna break down how to actually pick winning stocks step by step. Make sure you subscribe and follow so you don't miss out on that as we continue building your strategy. Thanks for learning with me today, and I'll see you on the next one.